right, welcome to the March meeting for the New Ulm Public Utility Commission. Our first order of business is to approve the consent agenda. Chris, do you have any comments?
Yeah, I just have just a couple comments on the director's report. Just kind of an update again on the lead and copper door-to-door campaign that we're doing. We verified, excuse me, we verified all portions. So there's a customer portion and a utility portion. So we verified all portions of about 2,382 service line connections of about the 5,300. So we're right on track, working and getting that inventory done. Also,
Can I make a plug for that?
Yes.
So it was very easy to do the online portion for
Yeah.
a homeowner. It took me all of about 3 minutes.
yeah. All you
It's not
gotta do
hard.
is, just go down there and verify it, and,
Yeah.
yep. Yeah, so please, anybody listening or whatever, we want to get that done. We also are replacing the switchgear at the 20th Street lift station. That's progressing on schedule, should be complete by our target date of April 1st. We may have a potential report on that next month to kind of let you know with pictures and things like that, what was going on. And the transmission bypass project we're hoping to get that started. Most of the equipment here is here. We don't really want to start until we're pretty sure that everything's going to be here, but we need to have that completed by April 30th. So that'll be kind of a quick turnaround, but contractor is confident they can work through that. So other than that, I don't have anything else.
Excellent.
I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Is there any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Same sign. Motion carries. All right, our second order of business is to recognize our employee of the month.
Yes, our employee of the month for February was Mark Stieber. Mark has been employed by the New Ulm wastewater department since 1997, and he holds a Class A wastewater license as well as a Type 4 biosolids license. He is also the lead operator for an industrial program and operates the infrastructure camera truck that goes around and cameras our sanitary sewer. His duties include visiting the industrial sites daily, reading, calibrating flow meters, and collecting samples. And with the daily data collections, he's responsible for compiling the data for a monthly billing. As a role as the camera truck operator, he works with various other city and utility departments to coordinate maintenance and repair work to the 90 miles of sanitary sewer that we have. So his professionalism and continued communication with New Ulm's industries and other PUC and city departments is an asset to the New Ulm Public Utilities. So thank you, and congratulations to Mark Stieber.
I'll make the motion to recognize Mark Stieber as Employee of the Month for February 2024.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to recognize Mark Stieber as Employee of the Month for February 2024. Is there any further discussion? With not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right, so our first item of old business is to discuss the rescinding of appointments to Cable Communications Advisory Board for 2024.
Yes, Commissioners, at the last meeting, there was some discussion as to an appointment as well as potentially having an alternate. It was found that that is not allowable under the city code and charter. And so what I'm asking for you, firstly, to rescind the January 24th appointment of Seth Vesser, and the alternate appointment of Kim Williams to serve on the Cable Communications Advisory Board for 2024. And then the second action would be to actually approve the appointment of one PUC commissioner.
Okay, so,
Go ahead.
I was going to say, so should we assume that we'll stay with Seth as the primary appointment? And then if something changes in the future, we could look at switching that out? Is that?
So do you want all that in the motion?
So we would need the first motion under the director's proposed action, that first one, rescind. We need to do that, and then you would
And do a
need to,
second after.
and then do a second motion after that.
I'll make the motion to rescind appointments to the Cable Communications Advisory Board for 2024.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to rescind the January 24th, 2024 appointment of Seth Visser and the alternate appointment of Kim Williams to serve on the Cable Communications Advisory Board for 2024. Any further discussion? With none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
All right, I'll make the motion to approve the appointment of a or Seth Vischer to serve on the Cable Communication Advisory Board through 2024.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the appointment of Seth Visser to serve on the Cable Communications Advisory Board through 2024. Is there any further discussion? With none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right, so our first order of new business is to discuss the approval of agreement for audit services.
Commissioners, the council has requested that we go out for RFP for audit services every 5 years. So that is what we did. We sent the RFP out to several audit firms. We received 3 RFPs in return. 2 of the firms did not provide a quote for our Economic Development Authority, which isn't a huge deal, but historically we've had the same audit firm do all of our organizations. The city and PUC need to be done together. We really couldn't separate the 2 of them. But the PUC, or ABDO, did come in with the lowest bid for most of the services. So staff is recommending that we approve ABDO, who has been our auditor for many years.
So the one question I have is the Economic Development Authority, the budget the proposal is 91,001, if I'm reading this correctly, is 91,100.
Yep.
And for the PUC is 95,800. And from what I understand of the Economic Development Authority, there is nowhere close to the sheer volume of transactions and management.
I believe it has more to do with the federal reporting they need to do because of HUD.
Okay.
So I think that involves more, because they also do our REACT reporting for the EDA, which goes to
Okay.
the federal government. So there's more involved there. And then they also have to do work with them biannually, because they are actually on a July-June fiscal year,
Okay.
whereas we're on a calendar year, so we end up doing work for EDA both in June and in December.
Okay. So it's above and beyond just a straight audit.
Yes.
For the EDA. It's additional incremental statutory type reporting.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes a little more sense. Yeah, I thought the bids looked reasonable. They were wide.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's to be unexpected given that some are sight unseen.
Yep.
And Bergen their name has actually changed. I don't think it's no longer Bergen KDV.
They have different, it was something services,
Yeah.
yeah.
They have a new name that's more kind of generic.
Yeah. They warned us, they all warned us that it would be a lot higher than we have paid in the past. And it is almost 50% higher in total than the last 5-year bid. But their costs have gone up considerably as well with inflation, so.
Yes, and I know what they're paying their employees. So yes, it has gone up significantly.
The motion to approve the 5-year agreement with Abdu to perform audit services for the City of New Ulm, New Ulm Public Utilities, New Ulm EDA, and New Ulm Fire Relief Association for the audit years beginning fiscal year and 2024 through 2028.
I'll second that.
All right, we have a motion to approve the 5-year agreement with ABDO to perform audit services for the City of New Ulm Public Utilities, New Ulm EDA, and New Ulm Fire Relief Association for audit years beginning fiscal year ending 2024 through 2028. Is there any further discussion? With none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, our next order of business is to discuss the North German Street steam replacement.
Yeah, this is a project that we were taking this opportunity to replace the steam line going across from the power plant across the street, just in front of the mall property. City engineering has taken and is rebuilding that street, so they will have to pay for the asphalt, curb, gutter, base, all that good stuff. So we will, by doing it now, with this opportunity, all we really have to pay for is the line, the labor to replace the line, and then a little bit of concrete work. It currently is a tunnel. We will be doing a direct bury project and making both ends of the tunnels into 2 different vaults. One right in front of the PUC building, one adjacent to the mall property or directly across the street from there. Basically, it's directly in front of the employee entrance at the PUC building if you're interested.
So now the budgeted amount was 300,000.
We've changed the scope of the project.
Okay.
We were looking at replacing the whole length of German Street, and we didn't have near enough money to do that. And that line is not in that bad a shape. The condensate line needs a little work there, but not the steam line. So we've changed the scope of the project.
All right.
Does that line just take care of the mall, or does it go on to other buildings too, or?
That line has limited customers on it, and that's why we're being very mindful of what funds we're spending on this.
I'll make the motion to authorize the city manager to approve the purchase and installation of a steam and condensate line for the water steam department from R.E. Carlson Incorporated in the amount of $37,000.
I've got a question.
Sure.
It says that the 6-inch steam pipe you've got in stock, but then you're ordering it. Is that above and beyond what you
We've
want?
got a little chunk that we're ordering and having prefabbed,
Okay.
and then we're ordering, I think I put in there 110 feet of condensate line and only 47 feet of steam pipe.
Okay.
We're taking and replacing and having prefab the portion that actually goes through the building. So it'll be brand new from the basement of the PUC across the street when we're done.
Okay. Second.
Okay. So we have a motion and a second to authorize the city manager to approve the purchase and installation of a steam condensate line for the water steam department from R.E. Carlson Incorporated in the amount of $37,000. Is there any further discussion? With none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, our next order of business is to discuss the WWTP permit.
This is the wastewater treatment plant permit. We get it on a 5-year cycle, but if you notice the history there in the overview, we were supposed to get a new permit in 2020. It was our due date. We got drawn for an audit and they typically never make it on time. So you run on your old permit until your new one, you receive your new one. And this one we didn't receive until just now in 2024. Staff did have everything submitted in a timely manner. This was strictly the Minnesota Pollution Control and the feds in their review of our permit process. The old permit actually, shouldn't say current, but did not have a daily limit. It had a total rolling limit of 1 milligram per kilogram year, and 5,960 of them. The new one does have a daily limit, which is 20 kilogram daily limit for June through September. This really will not affect the utilities operation at all. It's just the implementation of a new limit. We can make this quite easily with polishing, and how we run the plant currently. Main reason we're bringing this to you is to receive an order filed, because as you see in budgetary issues, permitting requirements will be driving our budget in the future. And I think, 2 months or 3 months ago, we brought to you our condition assessment plan and some of the dollars that in the future this may be. So everybody's got a good working knowledge of what happened or why we're doing this.
Okay.
I will make the motion to receive and order file the wastewater treatment plant permit from the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency effective March 1st, 2024.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to receive and order filed the wastewater treatment plan permit from the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency effective March 1st, 2024. Is there any further discussion? With none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right, our last order of business is to discuss the report of claims, or to approve the report of claims for the month.
I will make the motion to accept the listed claims paid in the amount of $3,528. Let me do that over. In the amount of $3,528,807.82.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to accept the list of claims paid in the amount of $3,528,807.82. Is there any further discussion? With none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed say nay. Motion carries. With nothing else, I think we're adjourned. And I